Your mic is off.
Yeah, I was just waiting for Mwanda. He did what he had to do. So I was just waiting for YouTube to start and all that good stuff. Thank you so much, Miss Malvo. Always on top of things. Absolutely love it. So let's do this. We got recording. So yes, welcome to a special edition of the microbiome, because like I said, tonight, it is our great pleasure to actually launch this amazing young lady out of Florida. And so when we are doing a launch, the first thing we always like to start with is prayer with anything that we do. So I'm going to ask Mava, since your mic was unmuted, yes, you put yourself in that space to actually open us in prayer. Let me see if you can still open your mic. Mava, can you?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Open us in
Good
prayer,
evening,
please.
everybody. Thank you. Lord God Almighty, we thank you, oh God, for this evening. We are inviting you in our presence, oh God. We want you to be here, oh God. Everything that we do, every breath we take, we want to be with you, Jesus. And so we ask, oh God, that everything that we do tonight would be to your glory, oh God. For those people launching tonight, oh God, I pray, oh God, for full success in their business, oh God. We pray for every person who will speak tonight, oh God. We pray for Dr. Ruth and for King Klein, for Nurse Don Lee, and for Dr. Pearl, if she's going to be in tonight, I'm not sure, but we pray for her anywhere she is. We pray for Bev and her mom, that everything will go right. And we pray, oh God, that this will be a success tonight in our health, in our well-being, oh God. And we pray that, oh God, that everything, oh God, will show your glory. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Marva. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you. So like I said, guys, we have a special edition tonight for you. We have this amazing young lady out of Florida. So you can actually turn back on your camera, because you absolutely looked absolutely beautiful, ma'am. So you should have privileges to do so. So open that camera up. Yes. Let's see here. Let me pin you so people can see that. Look at that lady. Woohoo! Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So welcome. We want to say thank you so much for deciding to put your brand, saying Sankey is a part of your brand, whoever you are. So I want to ask you, Ms. Powell, why? Like, why would you even decide to say, well, guess what? I'm going to represent Sankey. So why Sankey? Why now for you?
Yes, I started. Are you hearing me?
Yes, ma'am. Hear you clearly, loud and clear.
Yeah, I started with the Sankey company in May. After I did my surgery, I spoke to my niece Beverly, and she introduced me to the products. And from then on, I started to take it. I started to introduce it to others, my family members. We have seen where it has helped a lot, to the point where I am now doing a double shift. If I take two 8-ounce bottle, like one in the morning, one on the second shift, I can now do the double shift at work. And I am also doing a part-time job thanks to Sankey Global Products. Because I just did a surgery in May. So you would consider that I wouldn't be going so hard, but I'm doing, as much to prove that the products are working. And then my son, who is taking it, he has also get some results from taking these products. So we started to introduce it to our other family members, and they are also benefited. So we are here to just to let them have a clearer understanding of what the products can do for them, and how it will help them to live a healthier, better life.
Wow. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that. And yes, I know we're going to hear some more testimonies from you at some point that are actually going to blow our minds and be like, whoa. So thank you so much for actually allowing Sankey to be a part of your brand. Because that's what I always try to tell people, that, when you get a part of a company, it now becomes a part of your brand as well. Because a lot of people don't just decide to say, well, I'm a part of this company. And so I want to say thank you for absolutely doing that. So Ms. Powell, sit back, relax, and let us do our job. Thank you so much. So guys, with that being said, I'm going to now start this fantastic, phenomenal program that we have going on here. And it is with the amazing microbiome team that we have put together. We work hard every week to try and bring as much information that we can to inform and educate persons so that when you make a decision to be a part of Sankey Global, that you know it's something, you've made the right choice. You understood it, we've made it clear, and made it really, really, really plain. So without further ado, I'm not sure who I'm bringing up first tonight, but I'm sure that I will bring up this guy first, and then we will transition into our queen tonight. I know Nurse Donnelly is not able to make it this evening, and she just sent her apologies, guys, and just asked that you pray for her children's father. He's going through something right now, so please just say some extra prayers for Percival Taylor when you do say some prayers, so that that can be felt in heaven, please. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up this gentleman. He is the mastermind behind the microbiome movement for Sankey Global Caribbean and global market, because without him, we probably would have thought about the microbiome maybe a couple of years from now. But he literally brought it to the forefront. He made it clear. He made us to understand what it was really about. Even though Dr. Behe Diaz had mentioned it, none of us had caught on, but he did. I don't know if he's ever going to really share with us why he caught on so quickly and why he was willing to actually impart the knowledge to all of us, not just keep the knowledge, because sometimes people are selfish to keep knowledge. No, he decided he wanted to share this knowledge with every single body. And so you're going to hear him rhythm and rhyme through this information. And I do say that because I consider him the poet of health, because when you listen to him, he's palatable. You can listen to him on your ears and you're not like, no, I can't take this, I can't listen anymore. So you will actually enjoy listening to what he has to say. And he makes it fun, he makes it relatable, and makes it for you to understand. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up whom I call the king of the microbiome and also the guru, King Clive Microbiome Guru Campbell. Have you made it to the call?
Most definitely, Queen Dr. Ruth Ann.
Awesome.
I will not miss this call any at all. We are having not only marketing, not only ministry, but we have a mandate from the Lord. It is interesting what is happening. So I too want to congratulate Queen Maureen James Powell for launching her business and to encourage other persons too to launch. Let your friends, let your family, let your neighbors and all that you know that you are in the Sankey Global business, so that they can understand your energy, your passion. They can understand why you have a new pep, a new smile, new stride, new swag. You know what I mean? So people need to know that you can't afford to be vulnerable in this COVID season. You're not supposed to live with a compromised microbiome, much less in a COVID season. That's like playing Russian roulette with your health. You need to make sure, even if your healthcare provider is not managing your health conditions well, you need to make sure that if one thing is working well in your body, is your immune system. And we are understanding that our immune system cannot work well if our microbiome does not work well. So I just want to welcome each person on the call this evening. May your family be blessed. Each of us, we are the conduits of this blessing to our families and friends and neighbors and church folks. Don't let this message end with you. Be a Billy Graham for this word, for this message, for this product, for this information. Let people know about it near and far, from every nook and cranny, from baby to granny. Need to hear about their microbiome, because everybody has a right to know about their microbiome. Otherwise, it may be very costly. But ladies and gentlemen, the $1 million question that we may ask this evening is, why are we hearing about the microbiome from civilians, from lay people, and not from your medical doctor? Have you ever asked that question? Why are we hearing about something that is so important, life-changing, life-transforming, has so much consequences for people's health from ordinary people and not those who are sworn and taken oath to do no harm? Why are we not hearing from the powers that be about our true makeup of who we really are? Dr. Adea said, if we are going to help people, what should we do, friends? Let me hear somebody type in the room. Tell people the truth. We need to tell people the truth of who they really are. And look at it. We have been on this program on and off several times now per week, telling people about their microbiome from November last year. And we do not have the mainstream medical system chiming in to make their contribution. Somebody doesn't have the will. Somebody doesn't have the commitment to come out and tell us the truth. And there's a Dr. Michael Greger. He said that and lamented that it takes an average of 17 years for the mainstream medical system to put into daily practice, clinical practice, amazing discoveries such as what we have. 17 years. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an average, you know. So it can be 5 or 10, or it can be 28 or 35 years. We don't have the luxury of 20 years to wait until the mainstream medical system comes to tell us about the microbiome. We thank God for Sankey Global, that is ahead of the pack. From 1970, they have done their due diligence. They don't study sick people and people who are failing their health. Who do they study as their example? The Okinawans, ladies and gentlemen. You might ask, what? The Okinawans. Okinawa is an island of Japan. On that island, you don't have no old age home. I doubt if you have too many hospitals and whole heap of pharmacy like that. No, sir. Them people, the man, if you want to open a pharmacy and open an old age home down in Okinawa, I wish you luck. I don't know who you're going to put in old age home down there, because them people that don't get old for going to old age home. They are aging gracefully. Like fine wine, they get better with age. So we're talking about people at 90 and 100 who hardly have any false teeth. I don't know which dentist making the business down Okinawa. I don't know any eye doctor because them hardly wear glasses. And also, they are happy, healthy, and vibrant. Some of them at 100 still chopping wood, riding bicycle, and still doing some farming. And at evening time, them draw a long bench and palaver and tell story around joke. 100-year-old people, you know. Lord of mercy, in the Western world, when somebody reaches 70 or 80, it's a different Sankey them singing. They have one bag to the left to collect the urine, another bag to the right to collect the feces. Then Alzheimer's dementia starts setting. They start to forget their children's age at 75 and 80. Very devastated. Then they don't remember if they take the medicine already and go and take medicine again. Can they just start remembering? And ladies and gentlemen, it's an amazing thing that we at Sankey Global use people who have succeeded in their health as our example, to study them and to learn from them. So therefore, the 4 formulations you'll be hearing about this evening have been tested, tried, and proven. And Dr. Bediadia says he has patients 105 years old, taking them persons to the next stage of their lives. Well, yo, ladies and gentlemen, it's a new biology. It's a new type of supplementation, new type of products in the network marketing space. We have renamed it, we have changed it. It's not the same anymore. The type of quality products that we have. The stories that we're hearing are amazing. Because guess what? For the first time, a company finally understands the human body after studying the Okinawa ones. Because 100 on birth paper, them say, but when you look at their gut, looking like that of a younger person, 30, 40 or so years old. And because the gut tend to be healthy, guess what? The rest of the body is healthy. That's a secret, you know. The gut, ladies and gentlemen, what it is about the gut. All right, let me tell you. The gut is the home of your microbiome. What is the microbiome? Your second brain. It's a whole and Clive. You realize this a while ago? Yes, my friends, it's not an error. You have a second brain because the brain in your skull alone is not enough to run the human body. You needed a second brain. And you know what is interesting? It's not man that did some genetical engineering thing and caused microbes to make a second brain in the body. No, it's not an infection, it's not an invasion. Here's what happened. I saw God make the body. I saw the boss make the body. Here it is. The human body comprises of 110 trillion cells. 110 trillion cells. Now, many of us have difficulty wrapping our brain around what a trillion is. But let's put it this way. 1,000,000 seconds ago, 11.5 days ago. 1 billion now, seconds ago, 31.5 years ago. Are you ready now for a trillion? 1 trillion seconds ago. How about 31,000 years ago? That's a lot of seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, when we have a body with 110 trillion cells, and here are the facts, 10 trillion of those cells are human cells. And we call ourselves a human being. Are we really a human being when we're just 10% of the total makeup of cells in the body? And 100 trillion of those cells are what they call microbes. So to clarify that, things like bacteria, virus, fungi, protozoa, archaea, and parasites. 100 trillion of them in our body. So ladies and gentlemen, who we think we are is a shifted. If we are only 10 trillion Kardashian human cells, the pretty boy, Floyd, the pretty face persons, how do we claim the entire body for ourselves? Science is saying that we are an ecosystem, a super organism. Some say a hollow biome. We are not who we think we are. We have travelers with us on our journey. We don't have our bodies to ourselves. We are like a ship transporting microbes around. I'm sorry if I am disrupting anybody's evening, but the truth be told, if you do not know who you are, you will continue to hurt yourself with what? Medication, especially antibiotics, especially food that is poisoning us, because we are eating as if to say the entire makeup of the human body are human cells. And we're medicating the body as if to say we are all human cells. And we must get rid of the little lousy parasites, miserable thing them in the body that cause mischief. But here's what, it's most of the body. Or are you going to get rid of 90% of what make us up and make us function? Now, many of us don't go big school like university or even college. Some of us don't even go to high school. But tell me the truth now. If only 10% of the human body is really human cells, of the body is human cells, how are we going to eat for the entire body as if to say it is only human? So what's going to happen to the 100 trillion now? You tell me now. How them are going to eat? Because what we buy at supermarket don't feed them. It poisons them. Because I heard somebody say this evening, microbes, including bacteria, can't eat dead food. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You didn't know that? Bacteria can't eat dead food. What must they eat? Live phytonutrients. Phyto mean plant, plant nutrients. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to change our diet if we want to fight COVID, if we want to fix chronic degenerative diseases in the body. We need to learn to take care of our microbiome.
You need to repeat that last sentence right there.
Yes.
What do microbes not eat? They don't eat what?
They don't eat dead food. They can't.
So you mean if I
food.
eat, if I eat the oxtail, the same oxtail with dumpling, they don't eat that oxtail?
No, oxtail. It
The
might
curry,
be nice to us. No,
the baked chicken,
not
the fried pork
all.
chop.
No. So bacon too.
The fried chicken,
Mm.
the piece of steak, or the juicy bacon.
So we're going with that.
And you telling me this make up how much of my body?
Yeah, and they make
90%?
90%. And we're not ladies and gentlemen, we're not feeding 90% of our bodies. And if we're not feeding them, either them starve or them feed upon us. And they eat away at the mucus layer inside of the colon and expose the epithelial layer that is supposed to prevent things from getting from the gut into the blood. And because it is exposed, become vulnerable and become damaged, the fence tear down and the content of the gut is leaking into the blood. And doctors don't tell us that story. You wonder what is happening here. If I'm telling a lie, then I'm gonna do the research and come back and say, Clive, sorry, get your facts right. Please go and tell me that I'm wrong. Wish somebody could tell me that I'm wrong. But if this is commonsensical, ladies and gentlemen, we need to fix something. Our medical system is broken and need to be fixed. And if we continue to medicate ourselves with all, but it's sick. We know people, you know what? That if doctor said jump, all them says, oh, hi, doctor, oh, hi. Them not question doctor. If you try sell them any form of supplement, then say, me if I could talk to my doctor first and hear what is happening. Faithful to the system. And they have a heart attack from their 45, have a stroke at 55, and die at 65. They're fighting stroke because not every time somebody get a heart attack or a stroke, they die. But guess what? Their life is compromised. And they look at money they have now to plan to go up on a vacation. And the next hospital, surgery, them check it. What kind of life is that life? We never lived because we're using all our money to feed. We're online, so I can't really describe the system really, but you think you know what I'm talking about. This system, ladies and gentlemen, it make you wonder. A good thing we have two brain cells knocked together, you know, because of the computer and the internet, we're not done again. Because of Sankey, we're not done again. Because we're taking Asaki, Bellage, Conway Fire, 7, we're not done again. Our microbiome plug in, turn on, tune in, and it's working well. And we can't think for ourselves. The doctor better forward and come again. Because what they're talking about not working. We're taking medication all our lives, doing more surgery than the law allow, and we are sicker, going to God butchered, chopped up, messed up, and we're still dying early and taking medication and poisoning ourselves. If I sound upset, probably I am. Because my mom died in my arms at a public hospital in Kingston Public Hospital. After the system called me and said, Clive, your mother is here for 10 days. Come for her now. And she get up out of the bed, ladies and gentlemen, with her one leg because of diabetes. She spin around as good as possible. She tried and she fell heavily into the wheelchair. I said, my God, how she fell so heavily? She looked up at me and said, Clive, I'm tired. I said, my God, I said, Clive, I'm tired. And she slumped over. A massive heart attack took her out at 77 years old. And me are the same one. She said, go fill her prescription. So I know, ladies and gentlemen, 10 different types of prescription. One leg, she couldn't do it. I went for her, waited at the public system for almost half a day to get it. And I said, my God, by the time my mother take the medication, how she find a place to put it? And she still died early. So if I saw an upset, forgive me. Because the system not working. And everywhere around here, people dying like flies. And they're not dying anywhere near 100. They're dying sick, poor, and broken. My God, including many Christians. Dr. Ruth, and hand over to you, please.
Wow. Thank you so much, Clive. I felt your pain. I felt your heart just now. I felt everything that you had to say. You know, because I sometimes think that if I had these products when my dad was alive, I know he would have lived longer as well. So with that being said, guys, I hope you've understood what the microbiome is, just a little bit, because tomorrow night is the microbiome night call. And so you'll actually learn more about it then. So I hope you just got a snapshot of what this microbiome is and what it can do in your body. So with that being said, we're going to have a few minutes before we even present the products to you. We're just going to have a tit-to-tat with Dr. Denise Piera, and we're just going to be speaking, guys, about different things that persons have been asking about. So if you want to drop something quickly in the chat, you can, and we will try our best to answer it or have a discussion about it. If not, we are just going to talk about different issues that we have seen that have been able to assist persons in reversing, recovering, and restoring. I know she's had so many cancer patients go through a lot of different things. And I personally would absolutely love if she could speak to that, because I know a lot of persons have been hitting me up privately asking me, okay, how can these products help with cancer? Can they help with cancer? So Dr. Denise, can you assist with that? And can you share some light on that information?
How can the products help with cancer?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Folks, tonight, I just want to really cement and send home the passion I feel with what Master Clive has just said. Our healthcare system has totally failed us. And before I just do a few seconds, I want a few seconds in sharing this with you. Today, I had a session with some medical doctors, and I mean a session. And we have been going through certain things according to the body. And it's how we are trained clinically. But you see, when it comes to that cellular level and that gene expression, you might hear words now. It has been coming in the forefront now, as Master Clive would have said it. Information is coming out now. You know why? Because the people are waking up and they are understanding how the body actually works. This is not no new information, you know. This has been years, centuries of information, metagenomics. You know, there has been the study of collection of the gene material, genomes. It has been the study. And I feel his pain and passion, because every time I was in my trainings and sessions, I will beat the clinical system with this information. Why it is you're not telling the people the truth and why your genes go rogue on you? I'm going to say it so with such passion and vigor tonight, because a lot of patients are sending me their reports and their doctors are not even reading it to them. You know why? Because they cannot get into explaining that cellular information to them, why the MCHV is high, why the neutrophils, basophils, or eosinophils, their white blood cells, WBC counts is so high. They can't read it and explain. And simply those white blood cells are for inflammation. That is what builds cancer, especially cancer in a system. It may be genes, so just 2%. But folks, cancer cells are in all of us. And I keep saying it over and over. The environment brings on the disease. It alters your cells. All right? Patients come up with their, you know, results, and they say, Denise, this is it. And then the doctor tell them, you're good, go home. No explanation. You can't read. No, yes, this has been happening in the last week. I am telling you about 10 years ago and 5 years ago. It's even more so now. All right. but their feet is swelling, they're still having stomach issues, they're still having, all these kinds of symptoms and issues going up. And then sad to say that within the past year or so, I've had some of these patients come up to me, and then I told them what happened, and then in a week or so, they're dead. High blood pressure, heart attack, swelling, kidneys gone. So cancer works, every chronic condition works the same way, folks. If there is one disease, there is one cure. It all starts with the gut, because the gut is the central zoning brain that processes all the genetic functions, simply called the microbiota in each and every cell in the body and organ. All right. So when these organs go out of balance and you feed it dead food, as Clive was saying earlier on, our body was not made to eat dead, processed, tin foods, preservatives, phytonutrients. And I'm going to have you guys go and write down these words and stop asking questions. Write them down and go do your research, because the research is out there. No longer information is hidden from you. And Sankey Global is very transparent. What these technologies do, and I have to say it in the room tonight for all those who globally are listening, we have lots of wonderful formulations outside there. But you know what sets apart this formulation is because of the nanotechnology behind it. And what is nanotechnology? I've been practicing nanomedicine for the last 20 plus years. All right. And what is nanomedicine? That is why we have results at the cellular level with people's body. When you hear stage 4 cancer going to stage 2, stage 1, and into remission, no more cancer. You've seen and heard the testimonies coming out of the Caribbean with these issues. MS, ALS, all of these I have been treating. And I must say, if this information is not zoning in and going home, then I don't know what will. But we will be continuing in continuance, bringing this information across. Because what the products does, the formulations, I would say, the technology, it actually is application of nanomaterials. And what is nanomaterials and particles? It zones in and goes directly, it is attracted directly to the disease cells and allow direct treatment to get into the cell, the mitochondria of the cell. Whether you have a bad genome or whether you have a disease microbiota, it will bring the microbiota back to its original state. But you know why it will not happen? It will work for some and it will not work for others, is because of what we are putting in our system, guys. We are not putting food in our system. Trinidad and Tobago open up for their food today. The country is open now for restaurants and so much. And if you see the lineups at these fast food places, especially KFC, especially the Burger Kings, and you know what's going to happen? Sooner or later, there will be an influx again. You will hear about high blood pressure, cancer, and all these degenerated autoimmune diseases starting to become in the forefront. No longer you will hear about COVID, because everybody is immune to COVID right now. And this is what we need. This is the nutrition we need. And once we understand that, folks, what it actually does, it hits the tissues in the liver, kidneys, lungs, gut, skin cells, wherever you name it. And it goes at that interstitial tissues, nanoparticles, to find the problem in those cells and correct it. I will have to do a session with you guys on making you understand how protein cells work. Just as how proteins can build an antibody and an antigen to help the immune system, so too it can overproduce and kill you at the same time. Back over to you, Dr. Rusan.
Thank you so much, Dr. Denise. One person asked, I know we have 2 minutes to answer this question before we move on to the next part of this launch and presentation. but they were asking, can we describe retracement? Because we all know that because of these products, there is a retracement factor that happens. So can you describe that retracement for persons to understand that there is that valley moment that then brings you up to the hilltop?
Retracement simply means that the body is getting rid of the toxins in simple terms. And when the inflammation starts to clean out of the system, you will get more pains, you will get more swelling, you will get more irritation, you will vomit, you will nauseated, because the body do not recognize inflammation and toxins in the system. No matter what disease, whatever condition you might be, some it may take longer in others. You have a travailing period of pain, but it means that the body is going through its reverse, recover, and restore. Simply means death, burial, and resurrection, because something has to die before it becomes better. And many persons do not understand that and cannot come to terms with it, because we were programmed to believe that when we put a pharmaceutical into our bodies to mask the pain, and it just, mask it, and it also just, numb it. But it's not dealing with the root cause. When you use a nutraceutical in your body, it actually deals with the root cause. So it will get rid of whatever is going on in the system. Hence the reason why the body will go into that response mode. So you got to give it the time for the toxins to clean out of the body and then repair itself. That is how a system works when it comes to cellular healing. Back over to you, Dr. Rusan.
Thank you so much, Dr. Denise. And so with that being said, guys, we are now going to speak about our products and what they do. So I'm just going to throw our Sankey disclaimer out there to let you know that we're not here to cure or mitigate any disease. We are simply we always share testimonials of persons that have utilized the products and have had phenomenal success. And we also do not make any financial claims, because whatever you put in is what you're going to get out. Just like with the food and what is at the end of your fork, whatever is going on, it will happen and transpire. So with that being said, guys, you heard the phenomenal lady say why her Sankey and why now, and we all have a testimony that we can always share regarding, our Sankey testimony. But this is what the Sankey system is about: simply starting at the roots. You always hear us talking about the cells and all of this stuff. Well, it has to do with the energy crisis damage in the mitochondria, because that's what's happening in our body. You heard Dr. Denise. That's what's happening in our body. So on the left side, it's showing the dead tree, what's going on in our body on a regular basis, the toxins, the perfumes, the fumes, everything, the food that we're putting in. Then it provides all of this craziness, then provides lack of circulation, chronic inflammation, and then you're dealing with the metabolic syndrome and oxidative stress. So all of this starts happening in your body. And then what happens? Total, chronic degenerative diseases, bottom line. Back in the day, years ago when he was alive, God rest his soul, Dr. Sebi, what did he say? Get rid of the mucus, get rid of the inflammation, your body will learn to heal itself. Okay, that is what these products are doing. So the healthy side of the tree is the healthy mitochondria, the energy of the cells. It will improve circulation. It will reduce the inflammation and the natural abundant energy and restore your antioxidants. And top it all off, you will increase your performance and feel and live better automatically. You won't miss it at all. So with that being said, we're going to break down our 4 products quickly. And so I'm going to start with the Balage, and then we're going to kick it off with the phenomenal team. So this Balage improves blood circulation, which is simply important and amazing, because guess what? Like Dr. Franco always says in the Bible, it says the life of the body is in the blood. So we got to have circulation going. If we don't have circulation, we might as well call ourselves dead. When you see someone having that numbness in the foot, your circulation is happening. When you see swelling happening in the body, circulation, poor circulation, the tingling, the all of these, sometimes even the blackening in areas of the leg, the foot, the body. Why? Circulation, guys. This Balage does that. It is the flagship product it started its formulation. We have been formulating these products for over 50 years. I'm talking making them better. It took them 40 years to bring them out into market. 40 years. Who's spent 40 years on 4 products? Who spends 40 years on 4 products? The labs in Japan, the labs in Spain, and France. Guys, we are a part of the Louis Pasteur Institute. And if you don't know what that is, like Dr. Denise said, You need to get a pen and paper. You need to write down what we're saying and go and do your research. They deal with trials and tests. They are one of the top institutes in the world when it comes to medicine. They deal in this nanotechnology, dealing with minuscules. And this is what our products do. This Balage also increases hydration at the cellular level. So anxiety, depression, Alzheimer's, dementia, this is for you. The Balage is for you, okay? It also reactivates our body's antioxidants. You saw from the tree that this is a necessity for our body to live. We need healthy antioxidants. This is what the Balage is going to do. It also increases energy production naturally. So guys, when you're taking this Balage, you will feel a jolt of energy. In some cases, people say, oh, I didn't feel anything. Well, guys, your system is really slow and it needs to speed up. It needs to get to the point where the blood should be flowing. But you know, Pastor Searson always says, give the products 90 days. You will be blown away by what happens. Oftentimes you'll have people say, oh, this didn't do anything or that did something. Some people don't have a reaction, but then a week later they say, oh, all this mucus started coming out of my body. I just sit there silently and shake my head. I have nothing to say because I know the product is doing what the product was created to do. So with that being said, Dr. Denise, take us away with Inner 7.
Inner 7, guys, are loaded with biominerals, mainly magnesium, calcium, potassium, selenium, zinc, and copper. It balances the pH in the body, right? That's calcium. It helps reduce body acidity. The cells need to be at a certain form of alkalinity, and when it becomes acidic, the nutrients cannot flow through the body, and so it draws the calcium from the teeth, nails, hair, and starts to mineralize that blood. If it's lacking, we're going to have some problems because calcium also helps to build red blood cells. It also helps to build healthy bone, arteries, and veins at microcirculation level. Magnesium, the main mineral in the body, helps to convert your blood sugar to energy. It acts as a natural anti-agent in depression, reduces, helps in the intestines to be, attract water. So digestion is much easier. Magnesium is one of the main minerals in the body that is mostly needed on a daily basis. Selenium has the effect on vitamin C. It rejuvenates and protects microcirculation. Potassium regulates the heart and muscle, just to name a few. There are over 60 plus minerals in this formulation, and promotes smooth transition of signals along the nerve endings, around the decompressed disc, spinal injuries, persons who have osteochondrosis, neural disorders, degenerative diseases, fibromyalgia, and all of these. It actually helps into repairing and sending back these signals back again once more. Also, it helps to regulate the heart and the muscles. Sometimes the heart get weakened when you do an ECG test. That what they tends is the electrical charge of the heart, which is the veins pushing that electrical charge to pump that heart. Those vessels get degenerated, folks. And that is where, it starts to have a lazy beat. You start to have all kinds of heart issues, cardiovascular issues, in terms of not getting enough oxygen flow. The arteries are not healthy and strong enough. All right. Copper regulates blood cholesterol. So here you see all these things that the minerals do in the Inner 7. Back over to you, Dr. Ruther.
Wow. King Clive, take us away with King Hasaki himself.
Okay. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Queen Dr. Ruthan. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that this is King of the pack, King Asaki. It just coming like it rhyme, and it's just so natural. King Asaki. Yeah, this is just the Japanese king to the world. Ladies and gentlemen, this product. Earlier on, I was mentioning that medical science fails to provide nutrients for all the cells that comprises your 110 trillion cell body. This is what 40 years of research has brought to the fore. That because microbes are so dominant, because microbes play such an important role in our existence, you see, ladies and gentlemen, is one thing if them did plenty and they never serve one purpose. Them just so and worthless, as they say in Jamaica. It's one thing, you could ignore them. But years ago, they have organized themselves into a brain. And if you don't feed them, they are going to be damaged. A damaged brain in the gut means a damaged brain in your skull. And you cannot fix the brain in your skull without repairing the brain in your gut. That is why Asaki is so important, because it repairs a brain that is damaged in the gut. And it repairs, it helps to this microbiome, when it's healthy, to fix leaky gut syndrome. Do you understand the magnitude of where we have arrived at in medical and nutritional science to make a product like this? That for the mitochondria, we have 70% of the dry weight of the body are mitochondria. Can you imagine that? 70%. This product feeds and nourishes mitochondria, provide energy for the mitochondria. Ladies and gentlemen, this is unheard of. Because many people don't even know that they have a mitochondria, and medical science don't even start properly to research it as yet. But here it is. We are providing energy for that which provide energy. Rev it up, repair, restore, revive, like an internal WD-40 for your mitochondria. Because if your body can't produce energy, ladies and gentlemen, we are good as dead. But if you keep on producing energy, then you can live. And on top of providing for the human cells mitochondria, it also provides for the gut microbiome. So the human cells, the mitochondria, and the non-human cells are being fed the microbiome, all 100 trillion of them. And on the other side, the 10 trillion cells with mitochondria in it. Do you understand why this is so important? That is why everybody on this call need to ensure that as they take the Sankey Global products, this one, you have to come around to it in terms of effecting repair to fix the symptoms of sickness and disease as a result of a dysfunctional gut, which is leaking. This, ladies and gentlemen, repairs the microbiome by feeding it, and then they turn around now and repair the gut, which causes 95% of the diseases in the body when it's leaking. Are we more logical than the rest of people in the world? Why are we thinking like this? Is it because our microbiome is working? Maybe. We probably need to ensure that everybody who becomes a medical doctor, that we check their microbiome and ensure that it happens. I don't want people to believe that I'm bashing doctors, far from the truth, because nobody becomes a doctor to hurt anybody. What the problem is the mainstream medical system that writes the curriculum for our doctors that don't even teach them the role of nutrition in terms of people's health. But here comes, ladies and gentlemen, we're not short of nourishment, but I'm going to emphasize that point. There are more benefits, but it is feeding, Get the point, ladies and gentlemen. You are nourishing all the cells in the body. Everybody can go to bed happy because they can belch and feel good because they are being fed. The humans and non-human cells. That is how you have a happy body. Back over to you, Dr. Rutan.
So guys, we have the Cronwy Fire. I always love how you say the Hasaki, but this increases the thermogenesis to remove fatty tissue. So that stubborn belly fat, guys, this is the tea for you. 1 to sometimes 2 to 3 pounds per night, depending on your body type, but it also reduces the absorption of calories, sugars, and carbs. If you're suffering with high blood pressure and diabetes, this is the product for you. It also cleans out all of the arteries for cholesterol. So every time you lay down at night to go to sleep, it's also going to give you rest, not sleep, rest. You're actually going to fall to sleep, but go through the cycles of rest so that you know that you've actually enjoyed that full night's rest. I didn't say sleep, guys. And it also deals with the gastric protection and antioxidation. So Cronwy Fire is our go-to for high blood pressure and diabetes. Guys, we have all of our research manuals to show and prove to you all those 40 years of what they did to make sure that these products have what they say they have in it, and they can do what they say they can do. We are also in the JAMA, which is the Journal of American Medicine. We are also in the Physician's Desk Reference down in Mexico. That's the Bible for the doctors, for them to be able to prescribe and say, okay, this is what you need to take. Also, guys, for those that have never heard about it, we have a micro scanner that literally can scan all the way down to your nail beds and see your capillaries, see if they're elongated, see if there's a lot of inflammation. And after 20 minutes of drinking Belage, we can then rescan you and show you that they have now, your capillaries now have pulse, that sometimes parasites are running and going everywhere else. And guys, we are a part of a blue ocean strategy, which simply means, guys, that we set a lane and a path on our own. It's paved with Microbiome and guys and Hasaki, because we know what our products can do. And so we stand out far above the rest. We are what you call top shelf nutritional products. We are not alike the rest, and nobody can duplicate us because we have an advanced delivery system that literally, our advanced delivery system literally deals with the body from the inside out, and no other product can say that, and from a cellular perspective. And so with that being said, I want those that are on this line that also came for our beautiful Queen's launch today to know that, yes, there is a business aspect to this business. And for that, we want to say, you might decide today that you want to get involved. And to do that, you can either say you want to be a customer, and we love customers here at Sankey, or you can say, I want to be a Prime customer. A Prime customer means that you're going to pay a $49 membership. And when you pay that $49 membership, then from there, you will actually have 25% off all of your product for the entire year. Hold on one second, Ms. Powell. Do you want to say something, Ms. Powell? You can unmute. Oh, okay. So with that being said, you also, when you pay over $180 order, guess what? The company gives you free shinkas. So you're actually going to get free products with your order when you pay over $180 when it comes to the Prime membership, guys. So that was customers that I spoke to and Prime membership also. Okay. Hold on one second. And the next thing that I want to speak to, guys, is that there are so many ways to get paid here at Sankey Global. You literally can get paid 11 ways, guys, but we're only going to cover like 1 or 2 ways. One of the main ways is basically if you get 3 customers, you know, those customers that I spoke about, every 3 customers that purchase 2 products within your 28-day cycle or without your 28-day cycle, you are going to receive a box of Belage and a box of Cornu and $100. So every single time customers purchase from you, you are going to receive a percentage for that. So that's from the customer perspective, okay? And then with that being said, the other ways of pay is we have something called a rising star, and that means every 3 customers that you get, along with journey pioneers, persons that want to join you in the business. Every single time that happens, you can make anywhere from an additional $40 to $20 on just that way as well. On top of that, we have something called a first order bonus. With the first order bonus, you literally get 90% of the point value. So you're going to see on the next slide that persons can come in anywhere from a 159 pack, which is 50 points, all the way up to 400 points. So that means you can make anywhere from $45 all the way up to $320 just based from the business perspective. Now, this isn't for everybody, and that's fine, but this is also a launch tonight for the amazing Queen. So that's why I'm sharing this information. So I wanted everybody to know that, you know, we're not pushing, you know, persons to join from the business aspect, but we are telling you, you need your products. Get in as the customer, get in as a Prime customer, whichever you choose, whatever is more comfortable for you, do so, and get back to the person that brought you to this call and let them know that that's how you want to join. I'm looking for our international sales director. He hasn't come on as yet. So also, guys, there are different ranks in our company, anywhere from bronze all the way to crown ambassador. And when you hit platinum, guys, that is when the company then starts a lifestyle bonus. So you have the choice to either utilize that money for whatever you want, whether it's your mortgage, a cruise, whatever it is, or you can get into a car program and get that Mercedes Benz and keep it moving. And then on to Diamond, you will also get another ring and a trip to Paris, another blazer, and double diamond is a trip to Japan. Triple diamond, you're going to upgrade that lifestyle bonus. Now you're going to be driving that Tesla or just getting more money, whichever is most comfortable with you. And then on to the trip to Dubai. And of course, last but not least, his and her Rolex presidential watch, all the way at the end at Crown Ambassador, where you literally can possibly be making a minimum of about $100,000 per month. So I know there's many of us on this line that are definitely looking to become Crown Ambassadors. I know this week we are celebrating our conference called the Now Conference. And with that, they are literally talking about how to become a Crown Ambassador. And I think this is our National Sales Director right here. So let me promote him. So without further ado, I'm going to allow him to come on and speak for a moment. This gentleman is simply amazing. I absolutely love him because he's real. You don't have to worry about, him mixing up and saying this or saying that. He's going to say what's on his heart, and he's going to be frank and honest. So without further ado, this former NFL, this husband, this dad, this papa, the amazing Tim Trayan.
Hey, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can. Take it away.
All right. Well, welcome, guys. It's my pleasure. I'm here at the home office here in beautiful Henderson, Nevada, right outside of Las Vegas. And man, we've been hammering away for the last couple of days, just trying to get everything together for this awesome event that we're getting ready to have here, guys. It's just flat out exciting. All of the great things that's going on in the company. And it's always my pleasure to be able to jump on and share this platform with you guys. I don't know exactly what you guys have gone over thus far, but what I want to do is I'm gonna just share my story with you guys and just let you know what made me say yes to this awesome company. Why is this the right time to be with this company? What this company has done for me inside of my health, and how it's really just changed my life. And like Dr. Ruth Ann says, I try to be as transparent as possible because I know people have been sold on a lot of things in their life, and I don't like to sell people on anything, right? I just want to present people with the facts, let them know what the truth is about a situation, and then I let them make a decision based on the information that they have. And I've always been that way, and that's just how I choose to conduct business. So, me, I'm an ex-professional athlete. I used to play professional football many moons ago, and so I've always been a person that's been into health and wellness. I've always been a person that tried to take care of myself the best that I could. But once I was done playing football, actually before I was done playing football in 1997, I was diagnosed with diabetes. And a lot of folks have people in their family that are suffering from the big three: diabetes, heart disease, and high blood pressure, right? The big three, that's what I like to call it. And that was me. In 1997. I didn't have the other things, but the diabetes led to the other things. So in 1997, when I was diagnosed with diabetes, I really had the thought in my mind is, okay, it's just one of those things. I know I had a lot of folks in my family that was genetically predisposed to the disorder, and I was just one of those. And that's how I looked at it. And I did everything that I was supposed to do. But guess what? When you're a diabetic, sometimes it gets progressively worse. So, what happened with me is I was actually invited out to an event in Florida. I was living in, I still do, living in Texas. A young lady gave me a call, wanted me to come take a look at something. I had no idea what I was coming to look at. I asked her what it was. She was like, well, it has to do with health and wellness. And me at the time, know that I was struggling in my own health and wellness, and tried to keep it a secret as much as possible. But I was struggling with some issues. I was that person that had the high blood pressure, that had, the diabetes, that was suffering from inflammation of my prostate gland, that had high cholesterol. But guess what? Nobody else knew about those situations. I say this all the time, and it's absolutely the truth. Look good, smell good, but I was sick. And you could tell that I was sick by looking at me, but that didn't take away the fact that I was suffering from some major illnesses. And when I took a look and I sat down in that room at that hotel, it was probably about 50 or 60 of us in there that day. I said, if this is real, if this technology that this company is talking about is real, then I'm all in. And like I said, I knew I was suffering from some things, but nobody else did. And they have this micro scanner, and that micro scanner shows what's going on at the cellular level, what's happening inside of your body. Okay. And what's going on that may be causing certain ailments. And I knew I was a diabetic. I knew I had inflammation. I knew I was suffering from lack of circulation. So for me, my thing was, if this is real, they should be able to tell me what's going on with me, because I wasn't going to say anything. And when they did that scan, the gentleman told me, he said, man, he's like, you see this here, all of this light looking color? I'm like, yeah. He's like, that's inflammation that's going on in your body. So when he said that, I'm like, wow, because I knew that I was suffering from inflammation at the time. All right. I knew it. I was sitting there that day. My legs were swollen from the calves down almost to the tips of my toes. So I knew that I had the inflammation because my legs were swollen. All right. And also I knew I had the lack of circulation, because sometimes I would feel tingling in my toes from the lack of circulation, or sometimes my fingertips would tingle from a lack of circulation. So I knew these things were going on. And he said, you know what? You see these little black dots? I'm like, yeah. He's like, those are your capillaries, but they're not supposed to look like that. They're supposed to have loops, and they're supposed to look like little fingers moving. And I don't see any of that. He was like, so listen, he gave me about 4 ounces of that Belage. And usually you drink a Belage in about a 16-ounce bottle of water. So he gave me 1/4 of what you're supposed to have. Okay. And I drank that. And then 15 minutes later, I was rescanned again. Okay. And the incredible thing is this, guys, not only was I rescanned, but what did I see? I saw that inflammation begin to go away. That was the first thing. I'm like, wow, this is incredible. I knew I was feeling something inside of me, but I thought maybe this was a placebo effect, and my mind was playing tricks on me until I saw that scan. I saw the inflammation start to decrease. I saw my capillaries start to fire, start to what they call grow fingers, and the circulation start to come back. Now, mind you, this is in 15 minutes of 1/4 of what a person is normally supposed to ingest. So at that point, guys, I was flat out sold. I'm like, man, you know what? I know so many people just in my family that could use this, right? Just in my family. And you know what, guys? 15 days after I got back, I went to the doctor. Not saying that I intentionally went. I had the doctor's appointment scheduled already, but it just happened to follow 15 days after I was in Florida. And when I went to the doctor told me, I don't know what it is that you're doing, but you need to keep doing it because your numbers are getting better. I'm going to take you off of this high blood pressure medication. See, I was on 5 different medications. I was on 1 for high blood pressure, 3 different medications for diabetes, 1 for cholesterol. All right. So, 5 different medications. The first thing he did was take me off my high blood pressure medication. Went back within about 30 days. He took me off of the cholesterol medication, and he took me off of the pill that I was taking for diabetes called metformin. And for me, that's huge because I know the side effects that go on when you take these certain medications. So it was just incredible. And then within 90 days, guys, I was off of all of the medications altogether, with the exception of 1 medication for my diabetes. I was, and he told me, I need you to just have this insulin just in case you have a spike in your blood sugar. So guess what, guys? Now today, my A1C is about 6.5. That just simply means my blood sugar is in range. My blood pressure, guys, is averaging about 116 over about 69. That's what my blood pressure was when I was in high school. And I don't take anything for that anymore, guys. So my prostate is no longer inflamed. I can actually go to the bathroom and use the bathroom completely. See, because before that, I would go to the bathroom and I always felt that I had to go to the bathroom because my bladder would never completely empty. Why? Because I had the inflammation in my prostate, right? My prostate was inflamed. I always felt like I had to go, waking up 2 or 3 times in the middle of the night. And I know each and every one of you that are on this Zoom right here today knows people that can attest to what it is that I'm saying. You know folks right now that are suffering from diabetes, that are suffering from high blood pressure, that might have heart disease, that might, be on the verge of having a stroke, as I was, right? Because my blood pressure was so high. You might know somebody that has all of these type of conditions and feel like they don't have anywhere to go. right? Well, now guess what, guys? You have the solution for them. You have it right in your hands, because guess what? You're on this Zoom right now, listening in as we talk. So, you know, for me, this is about a life change. This is about a life, you know, style. This is about the way you change the habits to make you better, to make you live better. See, because life is something that we all have, and style is the way we choose to live it. And if you choose to have a miraculous lifestyle, you're going to do everything that you can to be able to enjoy life on your own terms. So hopefully, Dr. Ruth Ann, you know, added to the awesome conversation that you guys are having. And, you know, once again, guys, my name is Tim Trahan. I am the International Director of Sales, or like they say in the Caribbean, the International Director of Business Development. So definitely look forward to doing anything that I can to help each and every one of you guys. So with that, Dr. Ruth Ann, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you so much, King Tim. We always I love when you shed the light on things for us. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you. Appreciate that. So with that being said, we're going to bring up our Caribbean ambassador. She is simply amazing. She is, when you hear her voice, you'll know exactly who we're talking about. She is an incredible individual. She is a mover and shaker. You know, she's been a little on the sidelines, but still moving from the sidelines. I mean, I've never seen anybody be able to move from the sidelines. But this young lady, she literally moves from the sidelines. So with that being said, I want to hand it over to our amazing Caribbean ambassador, Beverly Wholeness. Are you there? Beverly's iPhone, okay, nope, you're the other one. Okie dokie. You know, Beverly, you always have these multiple phones, man. Beverly, there you go. Unmute.
Absolutely amazing. You locked me out, you girl.
Wow, you know, that's never intentional. There's always all these Beverlys, man. So I just have to try to figure out which Beverly is it.
Just open all the Beverlys. Wow, what an amazing evening. What an amazing call. Wow. I just want to first say thanks to my absolute beautiful aunt, Auntie Maureen Powell. I love you, aunt. My aunt is ailing out of Florida. And you know, when I introduced my aunt to this product, she did not hesitate. She started, and she did not just take the product for herself, her kids and her friends and, you know, my other aunt, you know, and she's spreading the word. And I just want to say, Auntie, I love you. You know that. I love you to the moon and back. And thank you so much for taking this bold step this evening to put on your first launch. And I know this will not be your only launch. I know that you have many more launches coming up. So again, guys, wow. Hey to the beautiful Dr. Denise. Wow. Sir Clive, King Clive, you are the greatest. Dr. Rutan, oh my God. Sir Tim, we love you. We love that testimony. I'm seeing 109 persons on this call. And I asked Dr. Rutan to put up 2 pictures, and I want Dr. Rutan to just put those pictures on right now. Wow, guys. Wow. How many of us on this call are looking forward to the next 2 days to be in the beautiful Las Vegas to really and truly celebrate what is happening in this company, to meet the leaders, to see what is happening so that we can, you know, take back awesome news to the team. But guys, I want to talk to you this evening on what these products have been doing. Dr. Rutan, are you ready with my pictures? Absolutely yes, amazing. Thank you. Thank you. I'm only seeing one. Can you merge both of them today? Guys, a lot of you on this call would know and would have heard that my mom, which is my aunt who is launching today, that's her sister. That's my mom. Oh my God. My mom is in a coma. It's going close to a month. You see how time flies? It's going close to a month. Guys, 3 weeks ago, when I sat with the doctors say it is literally done. The doctors say to me, Mrs. Wholeness, we have done everything that is medically possible. There is absolutely nothing more that we are able to do for your mom at this time in the hospital. So basically, all we are saying to you, just get ready for the next level. And you know what the next level is, because there's nothing more. They literally remove everything because they're saying that's it. I sat with the doctor on the outside and I said, Doc, you gave up. God does not give up. And I have some products that I want to talk to you about them. The doctor said, yes, I will sit and I will give you that time and I will listen. Are you hearing me out there? I started with our flagship product, which is the Belage. And you know, a lot of the time when you invite persons to come to the meeting, they say, hey, you know, you guys are talking the same thing over and over. You're not tired of saying the same thing. Get yourself on these calls, because the more you listen is the more informed you are, and is the better you are able to speak about the products when it's crunch time. I will tell you on this call that moment was crunch time for me, because at that moment, I heard Clive speaking. I heard Dr. Rutan speaking. I heard Dr. Denny speaking. I heard Dr. Franco. They were all speaking through me, because I found myself calling some words and I'm like, how did I get this right? And the doctor is there staring me in the eyes like he's saying, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And the doctor said, I love your knowledge. He said, wow, everything that you are saying make sense. Are you hearing that? He said, you are making sense. However, I need to see the clinical studies of these products to back up everything that you had said, because you are making absolute sense. And if this is so, when I look at the clinical studies, I have no problem giving these products to your mom, because there's nothing else in this hospital that we can give to her. We have done our best. It's time for you to plan the funeral. Are you hearing me? Wow. I reach out to Dr. Ruth and I reach out to Clive, I reach out to Dr. Helen, all at the same time, because I said, whichever one of them send the product, send the information to me quicker, to send the clinical studies. And boy, I think we have some of the best leaders. I saw them coming in from Clive. I saw them coming in from Dr. Rutan, and I saw them coming in from Dr. Ellen. I tell you, I didn't even have a chance to look which was which. All I know, I just start forward everything to the doctor. So maybe him get one thing, 2, 3 times. I never care. But I know that he sat there and he looked through. And every time he read, he nod. He said, yes, 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 I'm loving what I'm seeing. I'm loving what I'm seeing. The medical doctor looked at our products and he said, I did not know about these products. I am loving what I'm seeing. And based on what I'm seeing in these reading, I have no problem in writing this in your mom's docket so that we can start give these products to her. I want you to look at the tube in our nose. That is the Belage going through. If you open it and look closer, you will see that it is green. If you go to the next picture, Dr. Rutan, you will see the green a little bit more because it's a little bit sweet. He stretched it out a little bit, but he wrote it in my mom's docket. If you look at it, you will see the green going through. That is what is in my mom's nostrils. Before my mom started to get the Belage, her face, her eyes, her hands, they were swollen as big as a jackfruit. They were so swollen that I barely could recognize. When my mom started, after she started to get it, I want you to look at this picture. Go back to the other picture. I want you to look at the other picture. I was there talking life into her, talking into her. I said, Mom, I am your only girl. I know we have made mistake, Mom, but if you can hear me, the doctor said that my mom is completely brain damaged. They said that her brain, she is totally damaged. I said, Mom, if you can hear me even a little bit, crack your eyes. Are you seeing that picture that she cracked those eyes? Yes, she did. She cracked her eyes 2 times and she closed them back. That one was when she just started getting the Belage along with the inner 7. That is what is going through that tube. Go back to the other picture. At that time, when I spoke to the doctor, she had another tube in her mouth. If you notice, she don't have a tube in her mouth anymore. If you look at her face, you realize that there's no swelling on her face anymore. All the swelling on her face, on her legs is down. My mom is still alive. We're going close to a month. But look at this. Those hands that you see feeding her, that's me. Last week when I went down, I spoke to the same doctor again because he said that he did not want to give her the Asaki as yet because she's not able to swallow. And he did not want to put it in the tube yet because he thinks that the Belage have a better nanoparticles. He thinks that the Asaki is a little bit too rough, so she's not able to digest that yet. I know it was rubbish, but I was giving him time. Last week when I went down, right, and I spoke to him about the Asaki, he said, Mrs. Holness, we have now removed the tube from your mom's mouth because she had a tube in her mouth. I will give you that picture the next time. I said, Doc, am I able to feed her with the Asaki now? He said, yes. So that little thing that you see in her mouth, that is me sitting by her bedside, feeding her with the Asaki because that is the food that she's getting in the hospital now. And it has been written in her docket. As I said, they gave up on her close to a month now that I should plan her funeral, and there she is. I saw my mom yesterday. I was sitting by my mom's bedside yesterday. I was talking life into her again. Yesterday, my mom moved her toe. I said, Mom, if you are hearing me, move your eyes. But the security was standing right there, so I couldn't get to video her. But my mom blinked her 2 eyes yesterday again, guys. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I'm not sure that you are understanding the power, what we have in our hand right here, along with prayer, because I have a prayer team that has been praying, But I know that my Bible and my God say prayer without works is dead. And I know that God himself gave man the wisdom in Sankey Global to make these products that the doctor could look at them and say, I have no problem writing them in the docket. Let me tell you something. Medical doctors do not take this kind of chance with their practice because they know what can happen. And if you go and look at my mom's docket right now, the Asaki is written in there, how many times she should get it. The Belage is there. The inner 7 is there. Only that he said that he's not going to start her on the cranial fire yet. He's going to wait a little while. When I saw my mom yesterday, I am seeing a different mom. My mom is starting to look good again. Oh my God. Guys, I'm going to go to my favorite line. If you fail to plan for your health, you would have already planned to fail yourself and your entire family. The truth is, my mom failed was to plan for her health, because my mom was getting all of these products, but she was not taking them. If my mom take one January, she might take the next one March. I begged her, but she didn't listen. What I'm saying, new persons on this call that are going to tell us that the products are too expensive. I want you to look at my mom in that bed. I want you to look at the people around you and tell me the price that you are planning to put on your health, your children's health, your family health, those who love you. Because the truth is, if something should have happened, let's say that God permitted that my mom should go, she's not going to be hurting. I am the one, along with my two brothers and other family member, and my aunt right now who is on that line. We are going to be hurting more because she had a chance to plan her life before she got to this. The message for all of you on the call tonight is to put your health first. It's not the kids' school fee. It's not the light bill. It's not the water rate. It's not the rent. It's not the mortgage. It's not everything else. It's not the shoes and the handbag and the Brazilian here. It is you would have already planned to fail, not just yourself, but you are failing your entire family. Dr. Rutan, you have had ill health. I have had ill health. Many persons on this call have had ill health. And it's not that it is not that we were careless. I don't think we had given enough time. I don't think we had put enough into planning exactly what we need to do from a day to day, not Monday and then we do it Friday and then we do it 3 weeks after. We did not. We have an opportunity again, guys, to take a retrospective look at those two pictures of my mom who had failed to plan for her health. So the fact that she did not plan, she failed me, which is her only daughter. She failed my aunt on the line, which is her sister that loves her. How many persons are we planning to fail? Because if we fail to plan, we have already planned to fail. Guys, I'm going to turn back this call now back over to you, Dr. Rutan. Thanks for allowing me to share.
Wow. I have to give it back to you, Queen Bev. Listen, guys, you heard what she said, and you heard what King Tim had to say about what happened with his experience with the products. These products, we're not negating God. We know that God is the way maker. He is the healer. But he does also give persons wisdom and understanding to do things. And we feel that Dr. Behe Adias and his family are a lineage of scientists and doctors that literally have all this information that have been passed down for hundreds of years, that now Dr. Adias was able to put these formulas with his team into action, and now we're able to utilize them ourselves. So for those that don't know, please get back to the person that brought you to this call and let them know you're ready to try the products. You're ready to either be a customer, a prime customer, or maybe even a member. Whichever you choose is fine with us. Just don't choose too late. You heard Queen Bev. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So we don't need that. We don't need that, guys. So with that being said, I want to say thank you so much for getting on this call. We appreciate you. And we'll be back here tomorrow night, same time at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, with the microbiome call with King Clive Campbell himself. And of course, we have the microbiome panel that also chimes in with him. But tomorrow's call is definitely focused in on that microbiome. So if you want to know what's feeding your bacteria and feeding your body inside, you're going to want to be on that call tomorrow night. So with that being said, good night, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. But like I always say, my name is Dr. Ruth Ann Newton Lightburn out of Freeport, Bahamas. Service to humanity is what? Service to God. Good night, my friends.